Hi, I'm Stub Taylor of the Sugarloaf Patrol, and I'd like to share some early slides with you from 1955 until 1965. This is early Sugarloaf. This is Tink McCutcheons, and he was a lift attendant, and Sterling Pierce was one of the first patrollers that I had. This is yours truly, a little younger here. We're standing by one of the early toboggan houses. This is Sterling Pierce, a patrolman that volunteered from Bingham. This is some of our early toboggans and some of the stock that we had on it. We used it as a two-man, quite a bit heavier. This is the first parking lot, which is up by number 1 T-bar now. This is the old base lodge, Bigelow in the background. This is Dick and Beverly French, who both work here at Sugarloaf. They were early skiers. This is real late spring, looking at the base lodge. This is looking down number 3 T-bar. Notice there's not too many buildings out there in the valley, and the T-bars were long. This is the first patrolman that I ever hired. His name was Jerry Bergen. From Bingham. Ski patrol buildings at the top of Sluice. This was Jerry Durgan on the left, ski instructor Werner Rothbacher, and a local Larry Warren. This was Jerry Reading and Larry and Werner and Amos Winter, the first manager of Sugarloaf, with his ear flaps down. This was Jerry Durgan pointing to some rime ice on the trees. This was looking at the mountain with not many trails and a now access road. Some of our early grooming, Tucker Snowcat. This is looking real late in the spring, looking down the old narrow gauge trail. This is a Shush Cafe in the old base lodge, which Margaret and Leo Scribner used to run for many years. This was after a snowfall that toppled some trees over. This was actually at the top of number 3 T-bar. This is Lester Arsenault, one of my early patrollers. This is looking from Gage over to Sluice headwall. Just some more trees covered with snow. This was looking early morning light with Crocker and the Crocker Bowls. This is a shot of looking out towards Sluice with Reddington Pond. This is looking up number 3 T-bar, and in the kind of the right to the left there, Winter's Way down there, you can see where the rope tow was. Here's another shot of it. In the center of the picture you can see the first, where the rope tow was. This is the building, ski patrol shack at the top of number 3. Early snow. This is looking out towards going over to Tote Road. This is looking at Crocker Bowls again and Tote Road. This is some early dress, square ski boots, gabardine pants, chopper mittens. And this is Lester Arsenault. This was taken of Mount Abram down at Kingfield up Deer Farm Camps. This is a shot of the Crocker Bowls again. Some early dress. This is actually one of our early uniforms. We had flags on our poles, long ski poles, and a square patch. This is yours truly looking at one of the signs that says, "Don't be a shush boomer, ski under control," and that's what we're trying to tell the people today. This is looking out across the valley at the crooked access road coming up to the mountain. This is the original narrow gauge trail before it was groomed. This is looking through some snow-laden trees at both bowls of Crocker. This guy was from Norway. His name was Gunnar Brunmo. Patrolled for me for a number of years. And here with him is Zike Knowles, another patroller from Bingham. And this is yours truly talking with Gunnar. This is my wife at the top of number 3 T-bar. We thought we had a lot of snow here when it was at the eaves, but we found out later that it got a lot deeper. This is Tommy McDonald, a local, just getting off number 3 T-bar, looking at Flagstaff Lake. Some of the early grooming again, the Tucker Snowcat with the old iron roll at the top of number 3. This is in 1958 at the bottom of number 3. This is Don Nichols and his son, completely buried that lift line. We had tunnels going up and down the T-bar. All this snow came off from the roof. Notice the old skis with the long thongs and the high, long ski poles. This is down at the bottom of 3 loading again. This is Werner Rothenbacher, our ski instructor, and Roger Page's wife, Patsy, going up. This is shot of Bigelow with not many houses in the valley. This is Billy Jones, a patroller, and he's owner of the bag, standing on the roof of 3 Ski Patrol Shack, 1958. And this is the snow that we'd shoveled off the roof. We went up there 3 weekends in a row and the house top was completely buried. We actually had to tunnel into it. We didn't have black and orange poles, so we cut our own out of alders, little maple or beech saplings, and tacked red flags on them. This is inside of the tunnel. The sign says, "Do drop in," and looking out where the snow steps go to a skier unloading. This is actually the opening of the tunnel. This was taken inside of the tunnel, along with this one. This was Lester Aspinall again from North New Portland. And this was a lot of the snow that came off the top of the building. This gives you a good idea how deep it was. Great skiing that year. This is a shot of Bigelow going up where Judson's is now, completely barren of any development. This is a shot of the first manager at Sugarloaf, who was Amos Winter, bailing out his boat up to Tufts Pond. This is kind of a silhouette shot of a patrolman standing on Sleuth. This is a shot looking out at the valley again. Shot of number 2 lift line. This is Little Black Sambo, yours truly, standing at the edge of the building. This was made a nice place to put our toboggans on top of the roof once it got nice and sunny and blue sky came out. And this is looking at the summit where the gondola is now, and those trees are probably 30 feet high. This was actually the opening of the door into the building. Snow measured 18 feet. Who said there wasn't any snow on Burnt Mountain? This is actually looking inside of the tunnel, looking at number 3 T-bar. This is another volunteer patrolman, Audlin Thompson Equipment from Kingfield. This was my wife again sitting down, and you'll notice overhead how deep the snow is and there's telephone wires there going in. This was taken coming up what the skiers see if they come later in the evening when the sun sets coming up from North Anson. Some of the early dress of the early skiers. This is how we used to pack by foot packing, and this is Emery Hall skiing down Sluice. Here again, this is before the trail was even groomed. This was Peter Friend and Arthur Sutherland, a couple of people that used to ski here quite a bit. This is Bill Kirsted. He owned the camp in the Campbell Field, and a local dentist in Waterville. This was old Winter's Way Trail from the top of the Verona. This is a lone skier on Tote Road after some new snow, looking down on the knoll where Buckstone West Mountain is. This is at the summit, looking at Saddleback and Caribou Pond. This is looking down Sluice to the right in the lower gauge, and then the next one is a lift line, then you can see where the rope tow was, and then Winter's Way on the right. And I don't know who these people are here. This is an early shot of the base lodge, about where it is now. And where'd all the trails go? This is looking up the landing at the summit. Some more new snow. This is Ned Mills, another patroller of mine. This was Chip Carey, John Diller, and Warren Cook, overlooking Bigelow after a hard night. This was Ned Mills. Another shot of some trees with snow on them, looking at Bigelow. This is taken up to Tussbawn, where Chip Carey lives now, with Sugarloaf Eternally White there to the left. This is the original old narrow gauge after a big storm. I mean, it had really filled in. It's really quite steep. This is Kid Murray, a local gas attendant in the valley. He was a lift operator at number 3 for a while. Some old toboggans. This is Ned Mills again. This is some of the early Sugarloaf shush, and in the fur coat, as you'll see in a few minutes, is Harvey Boynton, a local shop owner and starter for the shush. And notice the helmets. They're not plastic, they're leather. This is looking down the narrow gauge of the racing trail, the World Cup trail, almost down to the top of number 3. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.